reading, we are going to be getting into what blockages are preventing you from love. It's more of a like romantic setting, but you know, these could be themes that play out through other connections as well, because love just isn't only romantic, right? So yeah, but my focus is romantic. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna get into some shadow aspects, some things that you may or may not be aware of. These might be themes that cycles that repeat themselves, patterns, whatever, maybe. Yeah, so let's get into it. Okay, for pile number 1, we have this lovely frog. I don't know if the camera is focusing. Alright, so we have this lovely frog. Hopefully you guys can see that. For pile number 2, we have the dragon head. And then for pile number 3, we have the mushroom. Green aventurine mushroom. I believe this is jade. I don't know. Could be wrong. Could be mistaken. I don't know. But he's cute. Isn't he cute? He's adorable. Okay. Alright. So, timestamps will be listed down below. I will see you guys at your pile. Alright, guys. If you guys chose pile number 1, the frog, this is going to be your pile. Put that over there. Alright, so I went ahead and pre-pulled to make things a little bit more faster. I do want to say though that I feel like I should give a trigger warning. I don't know. I've given trigger warnings before and still got, still had like triggered some people. But despite that, just know that if you're not ready to hear these messages, then maybe listen to another reading, perhaps. But yeah, I'm assuming that if you are here, you are ready to face what it is that needs healing, and accepting what will possibly show up. Okay? Alright, so starting off the reading, we have the 2 of Cups, which is Cancerian energy. Then we have the Emperor, followed by Temperance. I would say with the major arcana here that love is probably significant for this pile. Back of the deck, energy is the King of Swords. Okay, so we have Cancerian energy, Aries, Sagittarius. I want to say Aquarius energy, but I could be mistaken. Yeah. So, what is blocking you? Pile number 1. When it comes to love, I feel like that this group may settle for less. I do think that you just kind of I'm hearing the term like bottom of the barrel. I'm hearing breadcrumbs, like you accept breadcrumbs. You may attract partners that are controlling, dominant, possessive, I'm definitely with the controlling though. There's always some form of imbalance when it comes to your relationships. I do think that this group could be an overgiver. There may be manipulation involved or across the boundaries. I mean, obviously, we got control issues here, right? I wouldn't be surprised if this group was the type of person that you kind of act differently when you start to realize that you have feelings for somebody. Like you kind of like go all in type of thing. Like you see in the image, like I know in the temperance they normally have the two bottles, right? But like she's pouring all of it into the other cup. Like I don't know, it's giving me like you pour all of your love, all of everything you got into this person, and this person, it does not reciprocate. I feel like that's the type of person you attract, or I feel like you might think that they are a leader, someone that's dependable or you could depend on, but really they're domineering, arrogant, rude, boastful, and it's just a very imbalanced approach in love. Okay, so let's pull out some of the oracle. Let's see what you guys got. All right, now this could be something about how you feel right now, or if you're in a relationship and you're like having complications, apply the message to how it fits you and your situation, okay? But yeah, so these could also be things that patterns that you have experienced in previous relationships too, okay? So, oh, I just totally bumped you guys, sorry. We have alone. You feel like you're in this situation all by yourself, but it won't be like this forever. Fierce temper. Has too many anger issues and dark moods. Abusive. That would definitely be that Emperor energy. Okay. Toxic. Destructive relationship, manipulative, and gaslighting. It takes two. Someone is not committed, incompatible, or conflicted. I mean, Sagittarius energy is known for flighty behavior, so this person could be non-committal. So you might find yourself in situationships. Back of the deck, we have vicious circle. Sorry, I said cycle. Pattern of relationship issues, bad habits, no-win situation. Okay. So I feel like that those cards kind of give me, the reader, a picture of what you've experienced in love so far, which kind of goes with the tarot that I kind of explained. Like this went a little bit more further with the toxicity. So yeah, again, I feel like that these are things that you have experienced in love. So let's find out some more information. Okay, so we have lone wolf. Are you really a loner, or are you afraid of loving someone who could hurt you? So I feel like we have a lone and then lone wolf. So maybe because of past experiences, you've kept to yourself, some of you, and so you kind of close yourself off from love, and so you're like not open to it because of fear of falling into the same habits, the same, not habits, but like the same cycle of like relationship wise. So you're like, nah, I'm better off alone, so to speak. Ooh, okay. The next card we have is getting crumbs. You deserve more than crumbs of affection. Wait for the one who adores you. And didn't I say I'm hearing bottom of the barrel and then breadcrumbing? You settled too fast, too soon. Alright, we have unavailable. You are chasing someone unavailable, or you are the one who is running away. I did mention about the Sagittarius energy having like non-committal issues. That's not to say that every Sagittarius has that, but they're known for that behavior until they mature, basically. Yeah, this is like, you could be attracted to emotionally unavailable people. I mean, with that King of Swords is back of the deck energy, that's someone that is like logic over head over heart. So they're detached from their emotions. They see everything from a logical standpoint, and they kind of like keep themselves separate from their feelings. And you want someone who's more balanced, that does take logical approaches to certain things, but also doesn't run away from how they feel and doesn't get overwhelmed from their feelings. Alright. Now, some of you could have also turned into someone who becomes a runner because of pain, past experiences, and now maybe you don't allow people to get too close to you, as an example. Okay? We have retreating. Your fear of being hurt has made you retreat. It's time to get out and try again. That's crazy. I was just saying that right now. I haven't even seen any of these cards. I just pre-shuffled real quick and then started the reading. I like how these are coming together. I'm sorry that you guys had to experience this type of love, because there is real love out there for you guys. Oh. Alright, so we have fear of loneliness. You stay in bad relationships because you are lonely. Be okay being with yourself. And I find the reason why I was like, oh, is because we got lone wolf on this end and then fear of loneliness. So there could be like a mixed bag of people here. So some of you guys tolerate being in a relationship for the sake of being in a relationship. And then others of you, because of bad past experiences, you are afraid to fall into that same pattern again with someone romantically and getting hurt. Okay, so this deck was kind of like a mixed bag for me. I just was curious to see what would come up for the reading when it came to this deck. So let's just see what comes up. We have reconciliation, harmony, resolving issues, and getting back together. Avoidance, in hiding, feeling guilty, and no communication. Sick and tired, cycles, over it, decision made. And toxic people, addictions, bad advice, wrong crowd. Okay, so I feel like that you might deal with people that that come and they go and they come and they go, like I'm hearing the song Quit Playing Games With My Heart. You could have developed, no, I think this person's avoidant. You might attract avoidant attachment style people with avoidant attachment style. And then I think some of you, that is what the issue is. Because of past experiences. So for some of you, it's almost like for like half of you, it's the trauma that you experience in your past relationships have created this like attachment style that is blocking you. And then the other half, it's like you attract people with those attachment styles. Does that make sense? I hope I'm making sense. The reconciliation kind of reminds me of people like, oh, let's get back together. I'm sorry. And then they do it again. And then I don't know what happens. Whatever cycle plays out all over again. I feel like that this group is done with the cycle and you guys are ready to make the commitment to heal from this so that you can allow love to come in. Because you know that you deserve more than the breadcrumbs that you've been getting. You know that you deserve respect. Like that is that's bare minimum. Like, come on. The people that you have dated or been attracted to have been people that have addiction issues or substance abuse issues, whatever that may be. All right. All right, so we have wish. Someone you wished for is coming into your life. And then the next card we have is closure. Not all connections are meant to be except closure. I just realized that I forgot to show you the back of the deck energy. Oh yeah, I did show you that one. What is this one? Okay, so which deck was that? I guess I don't. Yeah, okay. This one, these cards. here. Pop-up, surprise visit, reaching out in person. So yeah, and then we got reconciliation. Okay, so I feel like that for some of you, this cycle is like they come back, they give you gifts, they shower you, they kind of love bomb you, and lure you back in, and then the cycle repeats. So it's kind of giving like narcissistic vibes here. Yeah, like they love bomb you, they lure you back in, they tell you all the things you want to hear, they behave the way that you've been wanting them to behave, and that you deserve to be treated, and then boom, the facade is gone, they're back to their usual behaviors. Alright, back of the deck energy of these cards was seeking perfection. Everyone has flaws. Choose only 5 must-haves and deal breakers that matter. So this is, I'm going to leave this here. You need to sit with what it is that you want from a partner, and what you're willing to tolerate and what you're not willing to tolerate. And for everybody, that's always going to be very different for you. You know, some people don't mind poor hygiene, as an example, or they can overlook poor hygiene or poor dental hygiene. I don't know. I don't know why that even comes up to my mind. That's so random. All right, but my point is like, okay, hitting. That's obviously one thing that is a deal breaker. You touch me, we're done. You're out of my life, and you can't communicate when you're angry, or communication and how you communicate, expressing yourself. If I feel unsafe in a relationship, like these are things that like you should set as your no deal break. These are your deal breakers, right? And then what are the things that you need to have? And then have these conversations with these people that you date or see, and moving forward. And I mean, I think that a lot of people don't have these conversations before committing, and then once they're committed, then they start to see that that person doesn't really meet up to the standards that they thought they would or hoped they would, and I don't know, things get messy. That's why it's good to have to play, hey, this is a deal breaker, this is something that I won't accept. If you cannot accept that, then we are not going to work out, and then you can move on. I mean, unfortunately, there are going to be some people that are going to manipulate the situation to their benefit, but that's just the way life is, and that's how we develop discernment. Okay. Back of the deck energy, we have unseen. Love can be blind. Ensure you're not overlooking red flags. Yeah, this kind of reminds me of the message that I said earlier with the Temperance card. Like, you kind of overgive. Well, it's a combination of the Two of Cups and the Temperance card, but I kind of got it from the imagery from the Temperance card. But like, you tend to overgive, and yeah, like I said, you guys might be the type of people that like once you're in love, or like once you develop feelings for somebody, like all you can do is think about them, and you just, anything that they do can never be bad, can never like, oh my god, they're perfect in every way. Oh, look at that, seeking perfection. See, you see what I'm saying? Everybody's got flaws, and some flaws are not meant to be overlooked. Okay, some obviously can be. You gotta give what you get. You can't expect perfectionism. Can't expect the most perfect person to be out there for you. So figure out what you can tolerate and what you won't tolerate in a relationship, and establish that in the beginning when you're out dating. Okay. Alright, so what should you be focusing on? And we have lavender, surround yourself with love. Back of the deck energy, we have voyage, you already have all the answers. So this group, you already know. You just gotta do the work. Honestly, just like you're like, yeah, I know. I've been knowing this. I didn't know. That's why the cards came out to tell me what's going on. But sometimes we need that little push or that reminder, like, hey, this isn't gonna go nowhere until we do something about it. All right. So, what is the advice for you? We have inspiration board. If I am ever feeling down or bored, I spend time creating a vision board to place in my home. I fill it with quotes, pictures, and desires that bring me inspiration and joy. Why am I hearing? I'm hearing Build-A-Bear. Oh my god, that's so weird. Use the inspiration board to build like your perfect, your romantic story. What do you want in romance? Put in your board. Dream about it, and think about it. And don't settle for anything less than that. Honestly, I think that the vision board would help with that because it goes really well with the deal breakers, making that list of deal breakers. Okay, and then your next advice we have is coming my way. Unique opportunities align with my desires present themselves to me. I attract all that I need to make my dreams a reality. And then the last advice we have is release. Today I release limiting beliefs, harmful thoughts, toxic patterns, and anything out of alignment. I am ready for transformation and welcome this shift. I am creating space for a new chapter filled with love, abundance, and amazing opportunities. Your back of the deck energy, I feel like I should put it on here so you guys can see it. Alright, is subconscious mind. I realize that subconscious beliefs or programs may be holding me back from my desires. For example, if I want money, I may have been told things growing up that I am subconsciously holding onto. So I go back to my past and release beliefs that no longer align, substituting them with ones that do. So going back, reflecting and going back to the parts of you that accepted that this is what love is, or how love was demonstrated to you, or where does it stem from that you feel like you deserve only breadcrumbs and that you should just settle with whatever you can get because you deserve so much more. Pile number one, so much more. You don't deserve bottom of the barrel. You deserve top pick. Okay, you deserve what you want, and it's out there for you. Alright, so I'm going to leave this here for you guys, pile number one. Wishing you the best of luck and love on your journey moving forward. Looking forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Take care till then. Bye. Hello everyone that chose pile number 2. The dragon head. This is your pile. Or your reading. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and move that here. Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and give a trigger warning. Yeah, so this is going to get pretty deep. So if you think you're not ready to hear some of these messages, then maybe go find another reading. But if you're ready to face what it is you need to accept or heal from, then stay. Okay. Yeah. So just want to give a trigger warning, just in case. I don't know if I did that in the beginning when we were picking piles. So, with that said, let's get into it. I pre-shuffled, by the way, so you know. Alright, so. I don't know why I'm saying so many times. Alright. Starting off the read, we have the Six of Cups, followed by the Devil, followed by the Knight of Cups. Okay, back of the deck energy, we do have the Seven of Wands. Alright? So, how are you blocked in love? I feel like that this is, at the first, how do I explain this? I feel like that some of these cards, including the tarot, the way I'm reading the tarot, is giving me an insight to what you experience in relationships so far. Okay? Some are going to show you, some decks are going to show you, when we get to the Oracle, the blockages. Some are going to show me the traits, behaviors, for lack of better words, I cannot think off the top of my head right now. Yeah, your experiences. Okay, so yeah, just bear with me. All right. I think that these experiences that you've had, okay, I had to pause the reading, so now I'm back. Okay, sorry about that. Let me get myself. I can't remember where I left off or what I started to say, but with the Six of Cups, it's kind of giving, like, if you look at it, it's a nice sweet card. He's offering her flowers. And I feel like you tend to, your experiences with people, with exes, are people that were, like, I'm getting like love bombing. Like, they gave you lots of affection, gifts, love, without you realizing that there were strings attached to that. So, conditional love. You dealt with some pretty nasty people. Pile number 2. With the Seven of Wands as back of the deck, you always felt like you had to defend yourself, put up boundaries, probably felt guarded, or always felt like you were walking on eggshells. I'm hearing like there was always a need to defend yourself, whether that was physically, emotionally, verbally, or all the above. This person was very manipulative, controlling, obsessive, possessive. They were emotionally, I mean, I would say that this group probably dealt with some, like, I want to say covert narcissism. It don't always have to be that extreme, but I wouldn't be surprised if this group has dealt with that. There is like this like power dynamic that plays out. So like this that you've probably had exes that wanted to dominate you, control you. You know what I mean by control you? Like control every aspect of your life, so to speak. But there's like this power dynamic that push that plays out, like a power dynamic that plays out between you and your exes. These can even extend to even like friendships or just other people in general. But again, this is focused more entirely on love. But you first get, I'm also getting emotional manipulation as well. Immature. People. Alright, so how are you blocked? It could stem from childhood with the Six of Cups here, for sure. This could have been like a dynamic that played out when you were young, and you still, like, it affected you deeply to, like, it's kind of like rooted in you, and it's played out to this day. You could be over romanticized people, see things in rose-colored glasses. Yeah, also the type of person that could be wear their heart on their sleeve. An open book for some, like you just. It's not a bad thing, but it can be a bad thing because, like, you're giving too much away at once. And I think this group just wants connection, but they're getting it from the wrong people. And because, like, maybe, I don't want to say desperate, but that's kind of what it's getting. Like, you've been deprived of it for so long that when you even just get a little bit of it, you want more of it. And then you don't realize that what you thought you were drinking. Like, let's say, like, I'm imagining someone who's been, like, in the desert and is deprived of water, and then someone offers them a cup, and then it's so refreshing that you just chug the whole thing down because your body needs that nourishment, right? But it's not until the cup is empty that you realize that you just drink poison and not water. Okay? It's kind of what it's giving. Alright. So these are some shadow aspects that probably more likely played out in your love life before. I'm wondering if I should go in a different order with these cards now that I'm thinking about it. But I'm just going to go in the same order as I did with pile 1. It is what it is. This is just the order I pulled them in. Alright, so the first card we have Devilish. Trouble follows them around, tempting, addictive charm. I'm out of breath. Sorry. I have puppies, and they were demanding my attention. Okay, so, and I honestly, since the beginning of your reading, my puppies have been pretty, how do I want to say this? I mean, they're puppies, so they need the attention, which is fine, you know, whatever. But, like, it's like, I wouldn't be surprised if this person gets in the way of things that you want to do or you wanted to do. Like, they demanded your time, your attention. It's like emotional manipulation at its finest. And then they make you think you're crazy. Or, like, I'm telling you, I'm getting covert narcissism with this group. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but, like, that's kind of the vibe I'm getting. Alright, and I think it's kind of interesting. We got the devil, and then we got devilish. So this group could have been attracted to the bad guys, the bad boys, the bad girls type. Wherever they go, trouble follows them. They're very tempting. They're very charming. Ooh, oh, I love this. Okay, this is pretty cool. I mean, I'm not saying that like what you went through is cool, but I'm like kind of geeked out about how the cards kind of like, you know, you'll see in a minute. That's just a me thing, so, sorry. All right, all talk, silver tongue devil. See, we got the devil again. This is what got me all like, ooh. I don't know. I've done tarot for so long, you would think that I would be used to it, but no. I feel like a little kid when then the cards start like aligning with each other, and I'm like, oh my god. Okay. Silver tongue devil, big flirt, no action player. Okay. We have drowning. You are going under and barely keeping things afloat. Ask for help. Ooh, that's, what song is that? Isn't that Linkin Park? I know a Linkin Park song's coming through. Drowning in light. Is it Tears or Fears? These wounds I cannot heal. Something new, confusing what is real. What song is that? I think it's called Confusing What Is Real. Give me a second. Let me go look this up. Okay, so yeah, it's been a minute since I heard that song. It's Crawling by Linkin Park. Crawling in my skin, these wounds, they cannot heal. Fear is how I fall, confusing what is real. Yeah, I definitely would listen to that. There's a message for you, or maybe that could be a good way to like, a good song to like jam out and like express yourself with. Alright, so then we have undecided, choosing between lovers competing for affection. I mean, we did have that player energy. It's gonna give me like, if you love me, you will blah 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 blah. Fill in the blank. Screw you, bro. one of my biggest, like, I don't know if someone quoted this before, but this has been my mentality since I was a teenager, and no one ever told me this. It was just my own philosophy. But it was, no man is worth fighting for, and if he was worth fighting for, he wouldn't put me in the position to fight for his love. Boom. That's it. You could play that message to, if you're a guy listening, you could play that to a girl. Shit. I ain't gonna fight over nobody. Okay, so anyways. I mean, that could be also where that Seven of Wands comes in. Like, they put you in, they make you, like, feel like, oh, if you don't behave this way, well, this person will tolerate me, or this person wants me, kind of bullshit. It's emotional manipulation. And you might feel like you always have to fight or defend what is yours. Screw that. Alright, so back of the deck we have, it takes two. Someone is not committed, incompatible, and conflicted. Alright, so this deck that I'm about to pull from right now is the blockages that show up in your reading. I mean, the blockages that show up in your relationships. Okay, tolerating abuse. Any kind of abuse is not okay. Well, there's a typo. Yo deserve. Sorry, I have a tendency to lighten up the mood when it gets a little deep. But there's a typo there. You deserve someone who treats you well. Y'all deserve. Sorry, I can't. I can't over like it funny. Okay, sorry. All right. You don't deserve to be treated with abuse. Pile number 2. We have, what is that? What is that? I can't tell what the image is. It's like, is that broken glass? Or is that like water? I'm tripping. I don't know. We have staying stuck. Maybe you guys want to get a closer look of that. Alright. Staying stuck. You keep repeating old patterns. It's time to try something new. Getting crumbs. You deserve more than crumbs of affection. Wait for the one who adores you. Too soon. You get too serious too soon. Get to know each other before committing fully. You notice that this person is offering flowers. It's kind of reminding me of that 6 of Cups in the beginning of the reading. Your back of the deck energy is too much. You tell others too much about yourself all at once. Sit back and listen more. That goes really well with that too soon and too much. Because I think you get so excited in like the beginning phase of getting to know each other, and you might think like, oh, let me just be an open book, you know, that will show them that I'm someone that's trustworthy, I'm honest, I'm worth loving, that I'm never gonna hurt them, I would never do anything to do anything like that, like I am the perfect lover or the perfect partner, whatever you may be, whatever narrative you tell yourself, right? But like, you're kind of giving, you don't know anything about that person, and you could be giving the wrong person the ammo that they need to like shoot you down with, you know what I'm saying? Like the garlic to the vampire, the silver bullet to the werewolf. It's a weird analogy, I know. You know, Superman's kryptonite, so to speak. You get what I'm saying, pal? So you can't just give everybody, have a little mystery to you. It's okay to withhold information. Find out some more about them. Are they worthy of knowing who you are? Because not everybody is worthy of knowing who you are. Okay? You might move too fast and overlook the things that if you had slowed down, you would have noticed were actually red flags. Okay? Now these are people also, I feel like you also deal with people that like I said, did I mention love bombing with this group? I can't remember if I go, yeah, love bombing with the 6 of Cups. If I didn't, did I? I can't even remember, because I had that brief interruption with the puppies, so now I don't remember. But it's kind of giving love bombing, like they give you all this, yeah, didn't I say that? I'm tripping. Okay, when I said tripping, it reminded me of a scene, a line from a movie. You got me straight tripping, boo. Okay, sorry. Maybe y'all know what that movie is from. That quote is what movie that quote was from. Okay, my brain is braining. It's going off in different directions at once. Give me a second. Poop. I forgot what I was gonna say. Dang, that sucks, dude. I don't remember what I was gonna say. I got distracted from my thoughts. Okay. Hopefully it'll circle back. It'll come back. Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. Something about love bombing. Oh, yeah. The love bombing is part of the plan to get you lured in, to suck you in. They want to suck you in. Okay, so, sorry, I'm getting weird. Okay, I think part of me feels like this is so heavy that I need to like be silly to lighten the mood a little bit, because it's just what I do sometimes. It doesn't mean I'm not taking the situation serious, because this is really messed up to be in. And I want to help you guys help yourselves to get out of it, because no one can take us out of it, only we can help ourselves, right? So, I mean, okay, so at this point you're probably like, yeah, I already know I have these issues, but like, sometimes, you know, tolerating abuse, you're accepting it, because you're not choosing something else other than that. You're choosing to overlook things. You're choosing to continue the same pattern. So, yeah. Alright. Like I was saying with the love bombing, you get like, I feel like that's how narcissists want to move things along fast, because they have an agenda. And you might take it as like really strong chemistry, is what I'm getting. Alright, so let's get some more information. So these could be experiences or things that you have dealt with in past relationships. Okay, not everything's going to apply. Not everything's always going to be to the extreme. But for some people it will be. So, you know, take it as it resonates for you. Alright? Broken mirrors, addictions, roller coaster, toxic connection. I mean, the roller coaster does make a lot of sense, because if you're doing love bombing, they give you a lot, and then they pull back, and then they come back and they give you more, and then they pull back. But every time when they come back, they give you less, and give you less. And then it's like a psychological warfare that they're doing. Like, it's a really nasty manipulation tactic that is very effective. Definitely will look into that if you're not aware of that. Okay. We have toxic people, addictions, bad advice, and wrong crowd. So you probably were dealing with you're probably hanging out with other people that were dealing with the same situations. Like, maybe you had friends that were in the same ship, and y'all were, I don't know, I could just be making up all kinds of scenarios. I mean, like, seeking comfort from each other and getting advice from each other, but neither, it's like blind leading the blind. Y'all ain't getting nowhere. You know what I'm saying? We have addictions twice. So you or this person could have some addiction issues or developed addiction issues because of the toxicity. Right? We have pictures, regrets, reminiscing, and missing you. Alright, we have conflict resolution, compromising, making amends, and positive outcome. Alright, here's one thing I gotta say about this particular card, and I will never ever look at it in any other way, because it literally makes no damn sense why they would have this picture with conflict resolution. Because look at him, doesn't he look like he's shaming her? Like, he's like shoving that pencil almost on her face. Like, she looks like she's shamed. I don't know. Like, you know, like when a parent scorns you, like, shame on you, blah blah blah, right? And then, like, I don't know, like, this, I don't know, this, I can't unsee it, so I don't understand. So, like, it's kind of like, I wouldn't be surprised if this group dealt with somebody like that. You know, it's your fault I do this, or it's your fault, blah, blah, blah. Your fault. Oh my god. Sorry. It's like your fault, or you see, you made me do this, like. Someone who doesn't take accountability. Oh, yes, for sure. Okay. We have egg on their face. Ashamed, backfired, and got caught. Oh my god, why does that feel like that went with like that? You made me do this. It's your fault. Like, I feel like, yeah, that would be like that emotional manipulation. I feel like that's what this group dealt with. I feel like I wouldn't be surprised if this person or your exes, or a particular ex, or just people in general, who are like overly nice in public and just like appearing to be like the most perfect partner or person, and then behind closed doors was like a total like It was all a show. Oh, look at this. Okay, the last card of this deck: push, pull, power, struggles, imbalance, and stubborn. Didn't I say that there was a power dynamic here? They're trying to take your power away. Alright, back of the deck energy, we have cold shoulder, breakup, distance, and separation. So this person could always have threatened to end the relationship, always threatened to leave you. There's also, I think that's why I kind of just repeated that, but in a different way. They could also go silent treatment and just like ignore you. Stonewalling, I think that's what it's called. Look that up if you don't know what that means. But basically they kind of give you silent treatment and ignore you instead of finding that resolution to drive you crazy. All right. What do you need to know in regards of love? We have baggage. Emotional baggage can weigh down relationships. Unpack it. So before moving on to someone new, you need to unpack the stuff that you're holding on to. Because you're going to end up, there's a quote, like, if you don't heal, you end up bleeding on those that didn't. I already forgot, I'm going to butcher this quote so bad. I don't know. So basically, like, when you got wounds, you need to heal from those wounds, because if you just move on to the next person, you could be bleeding onto a person that doesn't deserve it. Okay? You could be saying like, "Oh, you're going to do this to me," and because out of fear and trauma, and you could be ruining a potentially good relationship with a good, decent person. So let go of your baggage. Alright, we have illusions. Be aware of love's illusions. See reality clearly. And then alone time. Her dress is so freaking pretty. Isn't her dress pretty? Okay, sorry, getting distracted. Spend some time alone. It will help you gain clarity on your relationship. Alright, and then back of the deck energy for this deck, we have Twin Flame. Trust the magnetic pull of your twin flame. It will guide you towards them. Now, I don't believe in the twin flame stuff. I believe that when it comes to twin flames, the reason why it's so strong is because there's a karmic tie, a karmic lesson, and this person that you believe to be your twin flame is a spiritual catalyst to your growth. And the same thing for them too, you know, but they rarely ever work out because it requires both people to, you can see, it takes two. It takes both people to work on themselves. And usually there's one that's willing and one that's not. All right. What did I ask when I pulled this card? What do you need to take into consideration when it comes to your relationships? We have storm. Every hurricane comes to an end. And back of the deck energy, another number 4. That's pretty cool. Mirror. Treat your body like the palace it is. Alright, and then let's close out your reading with some advice. Alright, your first advice is subconscious mind. I realize that subconscious beliefs or programs may be holding me back from my desires. For example, if I want money, I may have been told things growing up that I am subconsciously holding on to. So I go back to my past and release beliefs that no longer align, substituting them with ones that do. That kind of reminds me of what I said at the beginning of the reading with the Six of Cups, that whether the relationships have played out like this since childhood, like maybe like since teenage years, I don't know your dating life, but it also means somewhere at some point in your life you learned that this is what love is, or this is how what you should accept in love, and you need to figure out where that stems from so you can reprogram yourself to not accept that. Okay, whether that is like a dynamic that played out in your home with your parents, if other people in your life made you think that was the only way to accept love, it's going to be different for all of you. Okay. All right. So we have recharge. I invite magic into my life always. Every day I grow my connection to this earth. If I am ever feeling low, I simply step outside and appreciate the natural miracles in this life. Being in nature lifts my spirits and recharges my energy. And then the next card is coming my way. Unique opportunities aligned with my desires present themselves to me. I attract all that I need to make my dreams a reality. Your back of the deck energy is return to the body. When I am caught up in a stressful moment, I can move my awareness to my body. Is my jaw clenched? My body tense? How is my posture? This helps me to see where I can relax and let go of the tension. Now I can return to any situation more calm and present. Also listen to how your body reacts when, let's say you're starting to date, or you're trying to date and get back into dating. Your body never forgets. The mind does, but the body don't. Keep in mind with how your body feels around certain people. If you feel like your chest tightening up, if you feel anxious, you feel unsafe, even though the person never actually gave you a reason to feel those things, there's energy does not lie, and your body is picking up on that. So recognize that when moving forward. Also recognize how those experiences feel in your body when you're feeling unsafe, and again, spending some time alone, reconnecting with nature will help with that dis-ease that you're feeling within yourself, and it'll help recenter yourself. Okay, so I'm going to leave this here for you guys, pile number 2. Wishing you the best of luck and love on your journey moving forward. Looking forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Take care till then. Bye. Hello. Last but never least, pile number 3. If you guys were drawn to the green adventuring mushroom, this is going to be your reading on what's blocking you when it comes to love. I don't remember if I had given a trigger warning at the beginning of the reading, the video. So I'm just going to give it now before I start putting the cards down. This reading is intended for those that are at a place where they're ready to heal from whatever may show up in the cards. So if you're easily triggered or you feel like you're not ready for that, I suggest you watch another reading. Okay? I do think that this reading is intended for mainly for people that are ready to let go and work through whatever the blockages are, and acceptance and accountability come with that. So if you're not ready for that, then I'm just letting you know. Okay? Alright. So, with that said, and out the way, let's get into it. Pile 3. I did pre-shuffle before recording to speed up the process. I'm going to go with the same routine that I did with the other card. I said cards because I'm looking at the cards. The other piles, I do think your pile did get some extra cards than the other two. Okay, so let's get into it. Alright, starting with the tarot, we have the Ten of Wands, the Two of Cups, the Knight of Swords, and the Page of Swords. Okay, and then what we have for back of the deck energy is the Page of Pentacles. Okay, so for the most part, from what the messages have been coming through for the readings, it's more like I'm kind of picking up on the dynamics that play out with you and your prior arrangements of relationships, or the type of people you attract, and behaviors and traits. Now, some decks are going to point out those dynamics out to me. Some are going to be calling out the actual blockage itself. Now, with the tarot, I do feel like there's a lot of court cards. So, what is blocking you? Now, I feel a strong urge to say for this pile, which is different from the other two piles that I did not tell them, because I didn't feel like that's what the cards were telling me, but it feels like it's telling me for you. That some of these traits you may have those traits. Okay? I am going to be saying it like the other person, but you too may have these traits as well. Okay? Obviously, use your discernment. Take accountability if you need to, acknowledge like, hey, I do that. I need to work on that. We're all human here. We all make mistakes. It's not a big deal. Alright? Alright. With that said, I think that this group has a tendency of taking on too much responsibility in their relationship. You definitely have connections or connected with emotionally immature people or partners. The Page of Swords is giving me the emotional immaturity. It refuses to connect. Like, you guys have good mental connection. You guys can have good conversation. They're smart. They're witty. But they don't like to get vulnerable. They don't like to express about feelings. With the Page of Pentacles as back of the deck energy, that's giving like someone who doesn't want to put the time and the effort to make commitment. So you could be or have had experienced people that were non-committal or didn't want to put that effort. I'm also hearing like, I don't want to put a label on things. So like, I'm getting like situationship kind of vibe. The Knight of Swords, it's giving, they could be very harsh with their words, very critical. Again, they like to rush through things. Again, more of that detached energy of not showing any vulnerability. I think that this group has a tendency to take on the emotional baggage of the relationship, the emotional labor within a relationship. And then I also don't like that there's a lot of court cards. So again, non-committal, kind of getting a little bit of player vibes. So you may have dealt with your fair share of players, or people that like to juggle. You are willing to put in the work and effort, but you get taken advantage of by others that don't want to put in that effort. Okay? Whew. Okay, so this next deck, that the Oracle is Shadow Love Oracle cards. So this is going to show the shadow aspects of your past relationships. Okay? Alright, so the first card we have is Up in the Air. Again, more air energy. Alright, not able to make solid plans, flighty and ungrounded. It did tell me that I don't fit that Knight of Swords and Page of Swords so nicely. Okay, we have roving eyes, keeping possibilities, open, obvious flirt, disrespectful. So yeah, this person is a huge flirt. Their eyes are always looking like they got like the grass is greener syndrome. Ooh, we have childish. Is the camera gonna focus? Someone has to be the adult in the room. Maybe the terms should be grow up or get out. Yeah, I'm getting extremely emotional immaturity from this group. And we have public image. Worried about appearances, can't relax, and conceited. How you gonna be conceited if you... Oh my god, that's kind of interesting how these cards... Normally, that other readings, I had kind of like did this kind of thing with the cards, but I'm feeling drawn to put them, and this kind of makes a lot of sense with these cards on top of the cards that they're on. Like, someone immature, obviously with the Page of Swords, which is a young mindset, immature mindset, still has a lot of growing to do, would care about their appearance. Right? And then someone who doesn't want to grow up. I don't know. It's just, I feel like, and then with this card on top of this card, like I feel like you're willing to put in the work where this person isn't wanting to, you know? And then the Two of Cups, obviously, other partnerships, always looking around, right? That's pretty cool. So, back of the deck energy, we have self-righteous, act spiritually superior, condescending, and preachy. Oh, I can't stand one of them motherfucker. I cannot stand condescending motherfucker. It's like, okay, even if I was wrong, you can tell me or teach me without being an ass. Just saying. Okay, so you dealt with... I mean, that makes a lot of sense with that air energy because it's immature air energy. So they think they're high and mighty. They think they're better, and so they become self-righteous, so to speak, for lack of better words, off the top of my head at this moment. All right. So, some blockages within the relationship. We have unavailable. You are chasing someone unavailable, or you are the one who is running away. I think that you deal with people that are constantly... I'm getting, like, again, the emotional unavailability on their part. So you kind of like attract runners. And you're the chaser in this dynamic. Alright? We have addiction. You are either obsessed with someone or struggling with addiction. Get help. Okay, so this could be you or this could be them. And it could be, it could be a combination of both people too. But there is an addiction that is, whatever addiction that is, that's going to be different for everybody, is what gets in the way of your relationship. So like this, what's blocking you. So apply that information to how it is for you. We have being a victim. You feel helpless to change your love life, but you can change whenever you want. Fear of touch. You don't trust touch. Take small steps until you feel comfortable with others. Oh, crap. Just dropped the card. And then the last card we have is body shame. You feel unattractive to others. Work on accepting yourself, flaws and all. Alright, back of the deck energy for this deck, we have confusion. You don't know what you want, so you need clarity before you get involved. That could be why you get this mixed bag of different people. The page is the most youngest of the court cards. Think of like a mindset of like a teenager. The innocence. It's innocence, right? Or actually, no. The teenagers are the knights or young adults. And pages would be like youth because it's innocence. And then knights are like teen, young adults, and then the kings are the mature, and then the emperor is a combination of all kings. Okay, sorry, just rambling on. All right, so yeah, you could have a problem with not knowing what you want, and because you don't know what you want, you kind of attract all this mixed bag of people. So like some people, you might have one partner or one ex that was emotionally unavailable. You might have another one that was non-committal, like in the physical sense, or like wanting to establish a foundation with you. There could be another one where, like, let's just be, like, fuck buddies kind of vibe. Not sure, like, let's just have fun, but not take this seriously. And there may be some substance abuse that may led you to think that that was what you wanted, or that was fine. You're fine with that. You can also be the person that has these issues as well. Like, you could be the childish person. You can also be the person that's non-committal as the blockage, So use your discernment. There's no judgment here. I am no one to judge anybody. Okay? This is a safe space for everyone. But do keep in mind that sometimes we have to take accountability of our own actions and choices, right? So fit the message to how it fits for you. Be responsible, okay? 3. Now, so like I said, so either these behaviors and traits could be you guys, or these are the experiences of type of dynamics that played out with you in other relationships. Okay. With the being a victim, you might feel like conflicted about that card. I feel like someone here is conflicted about that card. Like how's that my fault that these type of people come in my life? But it's not like that they come in your life. It's like you're subconsciously drawn to those type of people because something about them. It like, I don't know how to explain it. It like replays a narrative that used to play out in your childhood. So you need to figure out how you can take back your power by making the decision to no longer feed into those type of dynamics, and educating yourself and understanding those things is the best way to take back your power, because the more you know, the better choices you make. Okay? Alright, so we have toxic people, addictions, bad advice, and wrong crowd, infatuation, denial, obsession, and attraction. Yeah, the denial. I feel like there's someone here. I feel like I'm probably triggering someone here. Like they're kind of getting a little mad, but that's okay. You know, I think when we're all in the victim mindset, if you find yourself in that situation, you're gonna get pissed because you're in denial. That you're like, no, I don't do that shit. All right, so like you're in denial, and that's like, yeah, that's pretty normal. Usually that is the first stage, is denial. And then I think acceptance is the second stage, like accepting that, you know, like, okay, maybe I do this. Now that you accepted that, what can you do to not do that no more? Start educating yourself, finding the information that you need, and then taking the necessary actions, right? Alright, so anyways, going now. We have make it rain. Manifesting abundance, legal matters in your favor, unexpected money, promotions, and entrepreneur. Interesting. Okay. What's that have to do with, I'm confused. Oh. Were you the bread maker in your relationships, final three? Were you the one that was taking on the responsibilities and always, you know, having to deal with a childish partner that you always have to take care of? Yeah, that's kind of the vibe I'm getting with that card. And then we have, again, childish. Damn, that's crazy. We got it twice. Alright, immature, argumentative, playing the victim. Boom, boom. Okay, so this person can, you know, whether that's you or them, whatever. Oh, you know what? That could also be like, that they could be the ones in denial and be like, oh, poor me. Oh, I'm just like the worst boyfriend. I'm just the worst girlfriend ever. Like, that's the vibe. Like, okay, buddy, whatever. That's the narrative you want to play. Like, okay, whatever. I'm not going to feed into your delusion. Like, okay. What you gonna do about it, buddy? Step it up, bro. Oh my god. Yeah, this person, you know, with the Knight of Swords, I think I mentioned, like, they could be, did I mention they could be argumentative? Like, they could be, oh, I said they're critical. They could be critical, which, again, that kind of goes with the argumentative to a degree. Like, when arguments erupt, I wouldn't be surprised if they got critical and judgmental and start, like you try to, like, call them out on something, and then they get defensive, and then they try to they think that they're gonna knock you down a peg or two by saying something critical, when it doesn't really help the situation, because it's really childish and immature. Alright, so then back of the deck we have stubborn, bossy, selfish, inflexible. Again. Like, yeah, this is... Okay, so these are the type of people you dealt with, stubborn, childish people. There may be a stubborn aspect to yourself as well. Like, you may not want to see something for what it is. Maybe you're the victim. you know, having the victim mindset and you're refusing to see how you can take back your power, or see how you, I mean, because when you're playing the victim, you don't see how you contribute to it. It's hard to, because you see yourself as the victim. But when you heal and start to see the picture from a broader perspective, from a higher perspective, you realize how you put yourself in those circumstances and you create that environment to yourself. There are times where you are a victim of circumstances, but there are times where you put yourself in situations that make you a victim that could have been avoided had you made different decisions and choices. Okay? Yeah, so moving along, what you need to know in regards to love. We have window. A new adventure in love is coming. Get ready. We have voids. Avoid rushing to fill voids with love. Seek inner fulfillment first. Sparks. Keep the sparks flying. Surprise each other with gestures of love. Long distance. Love knows no distance. It transcends time and space. And imperfections. Love is a beautiful mess. Embrace its imperfections. So, what is, okay, back of the deck, we do have trust. Guard your heart. Not everyone deserves your trust. Okay. So, you may have dealt with like long distance relationships for some of you. Like maybe like online relationships. Not everyone deserves your trust. Sometimes some people are immature because, you know, they weren't given what's the word I'm looking for? Like, they weren't shown a healthy relationship, or like growing up they didn't see what a healthy dynamic looks like, and so they got emotionally stunted of growth in that aspect, but they could show potential. I feel like that would be like where the imperfections are. Knowing when to let go or when someone is worth it, but at the same time, like, you might have to be the person that, how do I explain? Like, because I'm seeing that Ten of Wands again, someone that is responsible. So making sure you're not taking on the responsibilities, like the emotional labor of a relationship. Your emotions and your feelings matter in a relationship, and so do theirs, right? So it's like, sometimes you have to give space to people for them to grow, so they can outgrow, you know. I mean, you could hope that they outgrow those behaviors, but it's not your responsibility to. I feel like I'm rambling at this point. I'm trying to like make sense of this. Don't take on the responsibility of others. You only are responsible for yourself. if you feel like someone is worth the worth, persevering, then give them some of that responsibility to take on for themselves, if that makes sense. Because it's not yours to carry all the load. I think I have a mixed bag of people. Some people are in relationships already, and some are, these are past experiences. So if you find yourself in a relationship, you might be taking on the emotional labor in the relationship, or taking on the responsibilities. There may be a need to like rekindle, to bring back that spark. But at the end of the day, you need to be filled. So making sure that you are taking care of yourself first, no matter what, in any relationship that you have. You come first always, and then everyone else comes after. Because you cannot be the best version of yourself if you're not pouring into yourself first. If you're pouring from an empty cup, then you're giving a half-assed version of yourself. Think of it like that. Alright? Alright, so I rambled on enough. Alright, so what do you need to take into consideration when it comes to love? We have card number 41 with sundress, do it for you. I hope my rambling made sense. I feel like I kind of went from like, and then circled back around somehow. I don't know what I did. Alright, but I hope I made sense to somebody. And I didn't create more confusion. Alright, so next card we have card number 43. Spaceship, don't be afraid to sing. Why do I hear that song? That's so funny. Wait, where's that from? I have no idea where that song is from, but because it says sing a song. I'm sorry. It says don't be afraid to sing, and I'm hearing the song. Sing a song, sing it loud, sing it proud. Sing a song. I don't know, whatever. If you know, you know. If you don't, maybe look it up. I don't know, but those are the lyrics. I don't know where that comes from. I want to say, like, the Muppets or something. I don't know. I feel like, I guess I'm random shit in the head sometimes. Alright. Back of the deck energy, we have Sword, make the change. That goes really well with that being a victim, because didn't it say something about change or afraid of making change? Or you feel helpless to change your love life, but you can change whenever you want. So some of you could be in a relationship and you're feeling burdened and you're not receiving the love that you want. Others of you find yourself in the same type of dynamics, and it requires a different way of approaching a situation or approaching these type of people. So make the change is what you need to take into consideration. And your advice. Your advice in regards to love. We have intentions. Today is a fresh start. No matter how my day was yesterday, I can make today whatever I want. My intention for the day is blank. Write your intention and tape this card behind your door so you may remember as you leave your house. So obviously you don't have the card. So write it on a piece of paper. Set your intentions that, so like if there's like a certain dynamic that plays out, that let's say you want to make things work with this person, set the intentions. Today I'm going to do X, Y, Z, and I am not going to accommodate them, or I'm not going to go out of my way to X, Y, Z because my intentions are set for this today. So like, let's say, for example, I'm going to use someone who's in a relationship as an example. If you're in a relationship and they're used to you doing all the things, but today you want to do something for yourself, do that thing for yourself. Let them suffer. Like, for example, like, let's say you cook every day, but you don't get the help. And so now they're being forced to cook for themselves or cook for you guys, and they want the help. They're struggling because they can't do it on their own. Well, you learned through time and effort of doing it on your own. They can do it on their own too. Like, you don't need to take on the extra responsibility. That's the whole point of the 10 of Wands. Like, you're taking on too much that you shouldn't be. And within the relationship or the dynamics that play out within your relationships. Alright. The next card is opportunities for growth. Everything is happening for me and my evolution. I am not a victim of the things that happen. What? Again. So like the victim is either like you see yourself as a victim and you need to take back your power by shifting your perspective of how you see yourself in the situation, or the narrative that you tell yourself needs to be changed, right? Or this person plays victim a lot. Okay, I am not a victim of the things that happen. I take ownership of my life and make the best of the challenges along my journey. I see how difficult moments help me to become my best version, and I am thankful for them. I mean, if everything was good, you wouldn't put in the effort to get better. Right? I mean, like, that makes sense. Okay. And then coming my way, unique opportunities aligned with my desires present themselves to me. I attract all that I need to make my dreams a reality. Alright. And then back of the deck energy, we have present. In this present moment, I have nothing to worry about. I take life step by step as I follow my desires and intuition, joyfully overcoming any bumps along the way. When I live like this, I don't have to worry about the future. Alrighty. So I am going to leave you there with that, pile number 3. Wishing you the best of luck and love on your journey moving forward. I look forward, I'm like having a brain fart. I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Take care till then. Bye.